All right, so this is video 3 um, for the job of the Upwork post that we have with running price list and consolidating information from multiple manufacturer price lists that we've received in the past in different formats. Obviously, you've watched the first two videos and seen my steps and how to go about that. This final third video is going to essentially take you from a mock. This is actually a real price list that you're looking at, but this is kind of a mock exercise that will be the final aspect of your job, the final criteria of your job, which is taking the master price list that you have essentially combined with all the other manufacturer price lists from the Google Drive folder we shared with you, taking this master price list once you've put all the information in the appropriate columns and running that through Price Checker 2. So just a really simple thing about Price Checker 2. As you take a look at step 7 from Suite Process of how to run the master price list raw through Price Checker 2, you'll notice that I put a link for you that it says do first, and that's the link to the Price Checker 2 website where you just simply have to download the icon in the app onto your desktop. I provided a temporary login for you since this is a temporary job. You can use my username, and then the temporary password is rockstar123. Um, that that is should give you the ability and the access. So when you go to Price Checker, and I can show you here now, but when you go to Price Checker, we've already set the settings up for you. Honestly, changing those, no matter whether you are comfortable or not, is not a good idea. It will not give the information we need, and will essentially render all the work you've done pretty well useless. So please don't change the settings. They can all be changed back, so it's not really a problem with that. But it just adds to the time. And again, when you log in using this temporary login, all of the settings should be actually set for you, and you'll be good to go. So upon clicking on Price Checker and logging in, you're going to see the Run a File tab at the top left. This is a really simple interface. It's select the product input file. So I've gone ahead just for sake of time here and saved this. Now, in Google Drive, if you're familiar or not, just as a reminder, all you've got to do to create a CSV file or an Excel file from a Google Drive sheet is go to Download As, Microsoft Excel. That's going to create the file. So just go ahead and save that. You would click on this, Microsoft Excel, save it, probably to your desktop just so it's easier for you. Then when you go back to Price Checker, I'll click Select Product Input File. Let's see if I can find it on my desktop. Master Price List Raw, that'll probably still be the name, would be my guess, unless you've changed it for some reason, which I would ask you not, just for sake of simplicity. Click on that, and what that's going to do, so I've got it. Oh, I don't have it pulled up here. I'll pull it up really quickly. But assuming the upload goes well, which it obviously should go well, it'll pull that up for you, and essentially it's already pulling the information. It's able to read that in, I guess I don't need to pull it up, it's back here, but it's able to read that. If you take a look here, it's telling you that the product ID type, we're identifying the products and comparing them on Amazon based on their UPC number. So you'll notice that it was smart enough to know there was UPCs added. It was also smart enough here to know that in column B, so if you see right behind this screen, I'm looking at the spreadsheet behind me. In column B, that's where the UPCs are located. So it knew that, it read it just fine. So then the next thing, and you do need to check this just to make sure that Price Checker, when it uploaded this into its system, that it read the spreadsheet correctly. So the next is the cost column. That we have to have that, or else there's not really going to give us a whole lot of information from this exercise to work with. That read that in column E, that is the purchase and the wholesale price. That is correct. no matter whether it's cases or units or individual or what the case might be, that's really irrelevant. It's reading the price that we are buying it for, and that's how it's giving the output data. So that is correct. That is column E. That is the purchase wholesale price. Again, you're doing this from the master spreadsheet that you have. So as long as you follow the instructions, you're actually going to be doing the exact same thing I'm doing here by just checking it. Just make sure that you're in U.S. dollars. Marketplace currency is fine. Amazon.com, that's fine. These settings should be automated here. 0.6, that's kind of our assumption. 0.50, just make sure that this section here, if for whatever reason is not filled out, that you please put that in there. And then that's pound as in not the currency, as in the weight. So everything else is good. I will click start. It's going to run it. It's going to pop this up, and that's okay. Just press OK. It's not going to hinder you from doing anything. I pulled a short spreadsheet, so this is going to take just a few seconds. It's already 98% through. When you run your spreadsheet, please don't be alarmed that it's going to take probably quite a while. So that's not a problem at all. This one, for sake of the exercise, made it a little bit shorter and smaller and a little bit easier. So we'll give this just a second. As it's running this, it's going to then from my experience, I'm guessing it'll be the same with yours. Once you've downloaded the program onto your desktop, is you actually don't have to open the results. It has now created right here. This is an example. It has now created the master price list raw. It's the same file as you see right here. The difference being PC2 written in the title. That tells us that is a price checked spreadsheet. So again, you will actually probably see this exact same naming criteria with the exception of the timestamp that's on it. So you would see that. All you've got to do from this point realistically is please make sure, I would suggest opening it. We'll take a look here just really quickly. It's going to spit out a lot of information that we'll work with, we'll deal with. You don't need to necessarily do a whole lot else. If you want to, open up some of the columns to make it nice before you save it for us, then we appreciate that. Not necessarily something that we expect. Don't worry about any of the colors, any of the information. That's not a big deal. But there is one final step that just to make things a little bit faster prior to sending this or saving this and sending it to us. If you'll just go to the net ROI, which is in the in column, in as in Nancy, just click on the down arrow. It's going to pop this up for you, and just click largest to smallest. What that's going to do is obviously sort everything largest to smallest in ROI, and it gives us a good starting point. So once we've done that, the spreadsheet's ready to go. Just resave file, resave it. You can keep the same conventional save title, I guess, that Price Checker spits out for us. And then all you have to do from there is send it to us on Upwork, please. For whatever reason, in Suite Process, one of the last slides that you'll read will be something that says, if for whatever reason you're having a hard time sharing this back to us through Upwork, we ask that you email it directly in order to fulfill the requirements, which are essentially the time frame of 3 days on this exercise and job. So please, please, please make sure that even if for whatever reason Upwork might be working on their site, might be slow, to be honest with you, that's kind of irrelevant. At the very least, this would get emailed directly to us so that we can make sure that we are keeping our deadlines on our end. I will include that in Suite Process, my email. Please do it through Upwork, though, if at all possible. They like to do things through their site, and we like to follow the rules. So, again, any questions that come up, this will be the last video. Pretty straightforward once you've gone through it. Again, majority of your work here is just simply taking information from one place and putting it to another place. So hopefully that's pretty straightforward, and this will be a fairly simple and easy job for you. Thanks so much for your help. We appreciate it, and we look forward to continuing to keep in contact with you after this job hopefully is a successful one, and you've kind of proven to us that this is something you can do, as we will always have a need at Big Dreams and always be looking for quality people to consistently utilize in the short term, as well as potentially bringing on for the long term as employees of the company. Thanks so much, and we will be here if you need us.